KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Fire breaks out at a Northwest Side apartment complex. We'll tell you what San Antonio firefighters found when they got there.
This morning, the National Archives has asked former U.S. presidents and vice presidents to recheck their personal records for any classified documents. How the presidents are responding this morning.
Well, it was another bad night for the San Antonio Spurs. In California, we have lowlights against the Clippers coming up.
And let's look out there with a live cam. It's another cold morning. We're starting here at 38 degrees.
Good morning, everybody. We made it to Friday. It is January 27th.
Happy Friday. Another cold morning. We know it'll warm up a little bit, but not too much today.
And to me, it feels a little more damp outside this morning, so it feels even chillier. Mike Osterhage is here. Am I nuts this morning, Mike Osterhage?
Not just this morning,
okay.
But yeah, as far as when you get a little bit more moisture trying to come back in here, and that's going to continue throughout the day, moisture actually conducts the heat away from your body. That's why it does feel cooler on a damp morning. So tomorrow morning is going to feel real chilly. So yes, about the same temperatures, but actually, I mean, we're still down in the 30s this morning too.
Okay, so short answer, no, I'm not.
So don't know about that. We do have a few more clouds hanging around here, though, just a couple of them. And temperatures right now, 37 in town, still freezing out in portions of the hill country, 27 in Comfort. And there's a little bit of a breeze in places. Most everybody has calm wind, but where there is a breeze, you got the wind chill down to 32, Port SA, as well as out there at the airport. And mold and mountain cedar both dropped down from the previous day's reading. Throughout the rest of today, we'll have some clouds hanging around here. Call it partly cloudy skies this morning, and very, very cold. We're still a good 6 degrees below normal, and that's going to be the situation later on today. 6 below normal. Different than the past couple of days. Clouds going to continue to thicken up throughout the rest of today, and then we're going to start to really see the moisture kind of coming on in here. We'll have some drizzle, mist, fog tomorrow morning. Decent rain chances, good chunk of the next 7 days. We have rain graphics on that most of the days, which is very encouraging, and cool temperatures. Plus, what were those weird holes in the clouds yesterday? We're going to explain coming up in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Mark?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I saw those pictures everywhere yesterday. More to come. New this morning, San Antonio fire crews responded to an apartment fire last night. Happened in the 5800 block of Northwest Loop 410, not far from Highway 16, otherwise known as Bandera Road. Firefighters could be seen using a ladder truck to attack the fire directly on the second floor of the Copper Mill Apartments. It could also be seen in the unit underneath. So far, there's no official word on what started the fire. No injuries were reported.
And there has been law enforcement around Ingram Park Mall. Bexar County deputies are looking for the teens they say bailed out of this Kia. Now, it happened last night. Deputies say they tried to stop the car because it was reported stolen. The chase ended when the juvenile suspects ran out of the car, crossed Loop 410, and disappeared. The chopper was also called to help with this search.
The National Archives is taking action to protect classified records after documents were found at the homes of President Biden, former President Trump, and even former Vice President Mike Pence.
ABC's Justin Finch from Washington with what they've done in the interest of national security.
Good morning. In a letter to the offices of former presidents and vice presidents dating back to Ronald Reagan, the National Archives is now asking them to check their personal records for any classified documents. It comes days after former Vice President Mike Pence revealed he recently found classified documents at his home. Former President Trump brought hundreds of classified documents to Mar-a-Lago and resisted handing them over. And last week, the FBI searched President Biden's Delaware home after files were found in his garage. Reacting to the letter, a spokesperson for George W. Bush says they remain confident that no such materials are in our possession. Barack Obama's office insists all classified records were submitted to the National Archives upon leaving office. And Bill Clinton's office saying all classified materials were properly turned over. Former President Carter did not receive a letter because the Presidential Records Act came after his presidency. As for the Biden and Trump documents cases, the two special counsel investigations continue. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Lawmakers have submitted more than 140 amendments as the House opened its amendments process for the first time in 7 years. The biggest proposed change involves an oil-related bill that seeks to limit the president's ability to release oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. It would force the federal government to draw up a plan that would boost the percentage of federal lands leased for oil and gas production. A number of the amendments were passed or rejected by voice vote yesterday. The House is expected to vote on the entire bill later today.
Overnight, Gaza militants fired rockets and Israel carried out airstrikes as tensions soared following an Israeli raid in the occupied West Bank. The raid killed 9 Palestinians, including at least 7 militants and a 61-year-old woman. It was the deadliest single incursion in the territory in over 2 decades. The flare-up in violence poses an early test for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government and cast a shadow on U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's expected trip to the region next week. Palestinian militants fired 5 rockets at Israel, which carried out a series of airstrikes at what is said were militant targets. There were no immediate reports of casualties.
5 fired Memphis police officers have been charged with murder and other crimes in the killing of Tyree Nichols. Nichols died 3 days after a confrontation with the officers during a traffic stop. Nichols' family and their lawyers say the footage shows officers savagely beating the 29-year-old father and FedEx worker for 3 minutes. A district attorney says although the officers each played different roles in the killing, they're all responsible. Video of the January 7th stop will be released to the public sometime this evening.
And time now is 4:36 and 37 degrees for now.
Still ahead, why a Gas Buddy analyst says $4 a gallon gas is a real possibility in the near future and why it keeps going up.
Oh no, and oh no, sorry Spurs fan, the team racked up another loss last night against the LA Clippers. We're going to tell you how many points good old Kawhi Leonard scored against his former team.
Let's check traffic right now. We've seen a couple of incidents this morning. We had one in 410 Callahan area, but it was just a minor incident, and we are hearing that it is now cleared up.
And let's look out there with live cam. Again, a cold start to your day. Grab a coat, jacket, and warm coffee. We'll be right back.
Spurs facing the Clippers last night in L.A. Keita beats Diop, getting the start in place of the injured Jeremy Sohan, and knocks down the Spurs' first bucket of the game. Keita then driving to the lane, puts it up and in to keep the Spurs within 5. Keldon Johnson attacked the rim and gets the layup to fall, but Paul George knocks down his second 3 of the quarter, and the Clips lead grows to 10. Clippers would lead at the half. Second half, things don't get any better for the Spurs. George scored 35 points for the Clippers. Good old Kawhi Leonard added 27. That helped the Clippers extend their win streak to a season-high 4 games with a 138-100 win over San Antonio. In the end, Keldon scored 19 for SA. Isaiah Roby scored 14. Spurs have now dropped 9 of their last 10, 12 of their last 14. Up next, Spurs return home to face the Suns tomorrow.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Kansas City Chiefs continue to prepare for their rematch with the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship game this Sunday, a game that Cincy took last year 27-24 in overtime. Big concern for the Chiefs, of course, is the health of star quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who suffered a high ankle sprain in their win over the Jaguars in the AFC divisional playoffs. But Mahomes reported to the media that things actually went better than expected in his first workout since, is now getting advice from 7-time Super Bowl champ, a guy named Tom Brady.
I thought I had a good day yesterday. Obviously, things you had to work through here and there, but overall, probably better than I expected, being able to go out there and throw the football around and get the reps in that I needed to get in. I talked to Tom a little bit, and I have a good relationship with him now, and he gives me a lot of advice. Yeah, seriously, he gives me some advice to help me. Why would you not want to learn from the GOAT, man? So anytime anybody like that wants to give me advice, I'll take it in, and it's cool to see the guys that you've watched growing up your whole life be able to talk to you on that type of platform.
Houston Texans still have not named a new head coach after they fired Lovie Smith following the 2022 season. Strongest candidate appears to be Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, who just received a second interview with the team, even though Sean Payton's still out there. But what a team would have to give up to get him from the Saints, since they still own his rights to 2024, might be a little too steep for most teams. If you're thinking about former Texan player DeMeco Ryans, who also interviewed for the job, the now Niners defensive coordinator has now emerged as the top candidate become the Broncos' new head coach. That's after Dan Quinn announced that he is staying as defensive coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys, calling things in Dallas unfinished business. And as far as Mr. Quinn staying with Dallas, that also really throws a wrench in the Cardinals' plans. I believe he was their top candidate to take over for Cliff Kingsbury in Arizona.
Either way, a lot of changes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Time now, 4:42 and 37 degrees for now. You ever wonder why the price of gas keeps going up past $3 a gallon? Well, we have the answer next, and how long it is expected to rise. And welcome back at 4:45. The widow of a murdered Microsoft executive is speaking out as investigators reveal new developments in the case. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new developments in the case of murdered Microsoft exec Jared Bridegan.
This was a planned and targeted ambush and murder.
Authorities say last February, Bridegan had just dropped off 2 of his children with their mother, his ex-wife, Shanna Gardner Fernandez. On his way home with his 2-year-old daughter in the back seat, they say this tire blocked the road. When he stopped, he was suddenly gunned down in cold blood. After nearly a year-long investigation, authorities now say Henry Tenen is Bridegan's killer, charging him with second-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder.
We know Henry Tenen did not act alone.
Bridegan's family says they're relieved someone is finally in custody, but they still need answers. It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, New York.
Gas prices are back over $3 a gallon again.
12 on your sides, Marilyn Moritz looks at why we're seeing such a steep climb and why it isn't over yet.
It's enough to give drivers whiplash.
Crazy.
Gas prices are jumping, up 15 cents in the past week, up 59 cents since Christmas.
I've never seen gas go up that high, not even 24-hour basis, just like that fast. It's crazy.
Why the sudden surge? Analysts point to the Arctic blast crippling some refineries and China reopening. But buckle up, there's more.
Late February and early March is really when we're going to start seeing prices likely accelerate.
Gas Buddy analyst Patrick DeHaan says $4 a gallon gas is a real possibility as refineries undergo maintenance and switch to summer fuels.
I'm hoping it won't be as bad as last year, but we still are likely to see a spring surge that after getting a taste of those sub $3 prices, it's going to be a pretty sour taste.
Not what Victor Carrion wants to hear.
I'm looking for a second job because just with food and gas and everything going up, it's getting real hard to do things.
To stretch your gas dollar, there are some things you can do. Start with your tires. Keep them properly inflated. The cold weather can cause the air to condense. Use apps like Gas Buddy or Gas Guru to find the lowest price near you. And fill up on Monday. Gas Buddy says in San Antonio now, that's the cheapest day to fill your tank. Every dollar really counts.
Every dollar certainly counts. It really does.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Let's look at the roads with TransGuide. We're looking over at Loop 410 at Callahan Road. Things look good now. Earlier there was a minor accident, but everything is all clear.
I could have sworn back to gas prices that Stephen had showed a graphic, and it was like $2.60, $2.70, something like that. And I had to get gas yesterday. I'm going $3.17.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, David Sears said the other day he passed by one place and then he went back as he was going home. He saw it had already jumped 10 or 15 cents in one day.
Yeah.
One day. And we know that happens from time to time. It just seems to take larger swings these days. Hey, yesterday here in South Texas, there was a phenomenon in the sky we don't see that often. It really got people's attention.
8 million pictures, I think, came in. We just kept getting pictures and pictures and pictures, and there it is. And yeah, very interesting, kind of a rare phenomenon, and a hole punch cloud is kind of the simple name to it. So what happens is you've got, and believe it or not, you can have water that is below freezing and not turned into ice crystals. It needs something to kind of grab onto. So you had this super cool layer of clouds up there, the water in those clouds, and like an airplane went up through it there. So what happens is then the exhaust has a little tiny particulates in it, and that provides a nuclei for then the ice crystals to form up on. So they're a little bit heavier, and they just kind of freeze up and then fall out and form this hole. And in a couple of pictures, there was actually almost looked like like a little streak from a rainbow on there. So the ice crystals form are little prisms, and they then refract the sunlight, and that's why you saw some colors in and around this as well. So yeah, interesting phenomenon, and got a couple of great pictures going to show you throughout the rest of the morning as far as it looked like. That's what I first said when we were all texting about it, all the other meteorologists, and I was like, yeah, it looks like aliens have come in. And somebody has a great picture. I'll show you this later on. That hole right over the house, it looks just like something from a sci-fi movie. So yeah, interesting, very interesting phenomenon. Thank you all very much for the pictures yesterday. We do have a few clouds hanging around here this morning, and in some cases, mostly cloudy skies, partly cloudy at times, and still very cold temperatures despite that little bit of cloud cover out there. 20s in the hill country, 30 Bulverde. We're at 37 right now. But you factor in the wind, and there is a slight bit of a wind chill. Dew point temperatures are still in the 20s. They haven't changed that much from this time yesterday. And as far as the humidity, it will start to creep up somewhat. Dew points are going to continue to creep up, especially overnight and into tomorrow. And as that moisture pumps on in here, we are going to be seeing some drizzle, a little bit of fog, mist in the morning, and then a couple little sprinkly showers throughout the day. And we are going to be flirting with these low 60s for dew points on Sunday starting off. So we'll still keep some of that moisture around, and even a couple of showers on Sunday. So today, a couple of clouds this morning. Temperatures stay in the mid-30s, and again, we'll see maybe a little more sunshine in the morning with some of these clouds, then more clouds later on, and I think we just become basically cloudy later on today. 58 for a high temperature. Now, as far as computer models, here's the clouds that move on in here late this afternoon, and then in the overnight hours we see some of that little mist and a couple little sprinkles here. And tomorrow's not like it's going to be raining constantly. As a matter of fact, it'll just be sort of a dampish kind of a day, and temperatures are still going to be staying on the about normal side tomorrow, right around mid-60s. Then we're going to warm up on Sunday. Then we're going to be seeing temperatures that stay very, very cool in through the rest of next week, with a lot of clouds as well as some rain chances. So yeah, it's going to be kind of a grilled cheese and soup all week next week. 53 degrees today at noon, mostly cloudy skies, so clouds continue to thicken up throughout the day today, and then 58 for a high temperature. Again, lots of clouds, pretty much just overcast later on today. Tomorrow, a couple of showers here and there. Not like it's going to be raining constantly. Some mist and drizzle in the morning with some fog. And that's how we're going to start off Sunday. Then we clear somewhat Sunday afternoon. 70 front comes through. That's going to pull in somewhat cooler air and keep a lot of clouds around here all the way through the middle part of the week. Best chance of rain still looks like it's going to be Wednesday. Then another front, that's going to help to clear us out by Thursday. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to be like I said, grilled cheese and soup for, well, somewhat tomorrow, but especially Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Damp and chilly.
Well, bundle up. Be prepared. Thank you, Mike.
452, 38 degrees.
Up next, details on the limited release of a new romantic comedy with some pretty big stars, plus a look at the new season of Succession.
455, a new romantic comedy with some big stars, plus Harrison Ford stars in a new show on Apple TV+.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
We did this to them?
Mostly you. The new romantic comedy, Maybe I Do, has some pretty legendary names. Diane Keaton, Susan Sarandon, Richard Gere among its stars. And it's a reunion for Keaton and Gere, who last worked together 46 years ago in 1977's Mr. Goodbar.
Oh, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And I'll tell you why I'll never forget it. It's because I had a crush on him. And he didn't care about me. I mean, he was nice as a friend. They type, oh, yeah, nice job, Diane. Goodbye.
Did you ever tell him that you had a crush on him?
No, but I guess he'll know if he happens to see this.
Or if I happen to tell him what she said.
I wish she had told me at the time.
They play husband and wife in Maybe I Do, which is out today in limited release. New today on streaming, a comedy about grief. Shrinking stars Jason Segel as a psychiatrist trying to rebound after tragedy, telling me it's the perfect genre for something so heavy.
Well, I have always felt like those are the kinds of weighty issues that should be explored through comedy. I really don't want to see a drama about grief. I know what I'm going to get. You know,
Harrison Ford and Jessica Williams also star Shrinking is out today on Apple TV+. We have a date for the new season of Succession and the first trailer. The Emmy-winning HBO series returns with season 4 March 26th. And just last night, he earned a spot in next week's Celebrity Jeopardy finale. Actor and comedian Patton Oswalt is 54 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And time now, 4:57 and 38 degrees for now.
Still ahead, how the city of San Antonio is planning to use a new tool to get rid of contractors that cost the Alamo City time and money.
Plus, we're going to tell you about this new high-tech trash bin and how it can help local farms.
And checking TransGuide this morning. Right now, we're looking live at 410 and Callahan. We had a ton of flashing lights out there earlier, but they're gone. But Steven is here. We'll talk to him coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A man is shot and killed inside a home overnight. Why San Antonio police are still searching for the shooter this morning.
The city of Memphis on edge this morning, hours before the release of police body cam footage capturing the arrest of Tyree Nichols, who later died after being in police custody. I'm ABC's Justin Finch, what his family, Memphis officials, and the president are calling for this morning.
And let's take a look out there with live cam. We are starting cold at 38 degrees, another chilly morning.
It is January 27th, otherwise known as Friday morning. Good morning to you.
Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. And, we're going to check in with Mike because it's cold now, but what do you expect the weekend?
Well, it's interesting. The weekend is going to be the warmest day of the next 7. By Sunday, tomorrow will be a little bit warmer. Today is going to be staying on the cool side. We've got a couple of clouds hanging around here right now. I saw a few when I walked out to head to my car to come into work this morning. And they're in some places mostly cloudy skies, in some places just a few of them hanging out there. Temperatures are in the 30s. Humidity still low. And we've got a high today of 58 degrees. So just like yesterday and almost like what we had on Wednesday. The aquifer yesterday did drop down 0.2 of a foot, and the allergens, we've got low amounts of mountain cedar, low amounts of mold. Both of those numbers went down from the previous day's reading. Temperatures around the area, once again, we do have some freezing readings down in the 20s in the hill country. Bulverde at 30, Bernie Stage right at freezing, and in a couple of spots, not much. Most everybody has no wind to speak of right now, but where there is that hint of a breeze, there may be a little bit of a wind chill to deal with. It feels like 33 right now down there at Port SA. So whatever the situation is, it's cold, so just bundle up. And some clouds hanging around here, and then clouds are going to continue to increase and thicken up. We'll have mostly cloudy skies by midday, and then just basically cloudy skies later on this afternoon. Again, that's going to hold us in the upper 50s. Then tomorrow, actually overnight, we're going to start to see a little bit of drizzle as the moisture comes back on in here, as well as a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. A few showers here and there tomorrow. It's not like it's going to be just raining constantly or sort of a washout. A couple little leftover sprinkles early Sunday. Then we're going to clear out somewhat. Sunday's going to be the warmest day. Another front moves on through here, and that's going to keep us on the chilly side combined with the clouds throughout the first half of the week. And it's going to be gray, and we'll have some showers around here. So that is fantastic news. And it looks like we're still going to see the peak of rain activity on Wednesday. But still, I mean, it's great to have showers on 4 of the next 7 days in the 7-day graphic. I'm going to show you that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, good morning, Mr. Cavazos. What's going on?
Hey, Mick, the roads look fantastic right now, and I think that's a great way to start this Friday morning. Let's get a quick look around town. There's 90 at Couples and 281 at St. Mary's. You can see really just some construction going on out there this early in the morning, but thankfully, no issues to report. We did have one minor crash that was reported along Loop 410 west at Callahan Road. That crash cleared out rather quickly, so that's good news to report out there, but hopefully everyone is doing okay. But thankfully right now, everywhere else around town, traffic does look great. 10 at Days of Olive, very quiet. I drove by there a little bit earlier this morning, so yeah, you're gonna have a nice drive to wherever your destination is gonna take you. So the map, of course, stays quiet right now. It's lots of green on the screen with several construction spots, and we'll get to that a little bit later on this morning. But right now, travel times into the Alamo City look pretty good as well. That journey from Bernie along I-10 East looks to be about 24 minutes at this hour. For our friends that are traveling in this early from Bulverde, it looks like you could expect about a 27-minute drive time on 281 southbound. And right now for New Braunfels, not too awful, 25 minutes on I-35 southbound. So things are looking average, but I would also say here at 410 at Broadway, very quiet. So a great way to start this Friday morning. We're going to continue to watch the roads closely. Have an update on gas prices. I know we ran a story about that a little bit earlier. We'll let you know what today's average gas prices are. That's coming up a little bit later on. Mark, Steph.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police say a man was shot and killed last night at a house being used as an illegal gambling location. Happened just after 10 last night in the 5500 block of Hayden Drive on the southwest side near Old Pearsall Road. SAPD says officers found several 8-liner machines inside. 3 suspects, including the shooting suspect, got away in a white Volkswagen Jetta, and 2 have not been found. Officers did find and arrest the driver. Neighbors in Live Oak concerned about a possible house of horrors on their street. Police searching for a body that may have been buried on that property. Police say it also may be the scene of a separate murder case. 32-year-old Justin Hunt is accused of murdering someone at his home on Montgomery Road. Investigators allege the victim was tortured, injected with bleach, and shot at Hunt's home back in November. People who live in the area say they saw suspicious behavior at that house.
There was just people always coming in and out. There was cars pulling up, stopping by the end of the driveways, going into the garage.
Now, according to an affidavit, another man, David Castleberry, helped move the victim's remains to O'Connor Road. Castleberry is already accused in an unrelated murder in Atascosa County. Investigators say they were tipped off that Hunt and Castleberry may have killed and buried another woman on the Montgomery Road property in exchange for $20,000. So far, search teams have not found anything.
The city of San Antonio has a new tool to get rid of contractors that aren't making the cut. The Responsible Bidders Ordinance is now in effect, and it gives city officials more say in the selection process and to try to hold contractors accountable. Now, behind scheduled construction, low quality work, and negative effects for residents and businesses are all typical issues for street projects. And at least one councilwoman says those problems are caused by the city having to take the lowest bid.
Unfortunately, the city was put into kind of a corner with the rules that they had to hire again the same contractors that were doing bad work because of the low bidding process. But you didn't even have to necessarily have experience in the same type of work.
Contractors will now be held to a higher standard and will be scored on a variety of different categories. The scoring will be out of 100. If they fall below 70, they could be disqualified from bidding for a city project for 3 years.
5:07 in Memphis, Tennessee. Many after-school events are canceled as the city braces for the release of body-worn police camera footage.
Lawyers for the family of Tyree Nichols says it shows his brutal beating during a traffic stop earlier this month. And as ABC's Justin Finch reports, 5 Memphis police officers involved in the case are now fired and face murder charges.
At a vigil for Tyree Nichols, his mother revealing she could not bear to watch the police body camera video set for release today, capturing her son's arrest.
But from what I hear, it's going to be horrific. But I want each and every one of you to protest in peace.
5 former Memphis police officers now facing charges, including second-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, and assault.
Under the laws of Tennessee, second-degree murder is a knowing killing.
I have one running on foot.
The night of January 7th, police say Nichols was stopped for alleged reckless driving. Prosecutors say Nichols fled after police used pepper spray in their initial confrontation. Then a second physical confrontation, leaving Nichols seriously injured. Memphis police saying Nichols complained of having a shortness of breath, at which time an ambulance was called to the scene. The 29-year-old died 3 days later. The 5 officers involved all fired after an internal investigation found they violated multiple department policies, including excessive use of force, duty to intervene, and duty to render aid.
The actions of these officers were awful, and no one, including law enforcement, is above the law.
Attorneys for Nichols' family releasing a statement saying these 5 officers being held criminally accountable for their deadly and brutal actions gives us hope as we continue to push for justice for Tyree. And attorneys for at least 2 of those former officers charged say their clients intend to plead not guilty. And while urging peaceful demonstrations, President Biden says the Nichols family and Memphis deserve a swift, full, and transparent investigation. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
5:09, 38 degrees.
And still ahead, why Samsung's next Galaxy smartphone may cost more than its predecessor.
Plumbing problems at a local restaurant, but that's not the only issue noted in a new health report. We'll tell you what else led to a re-inspection when we go behind the kitchen door.
And let's look out there with live cam. Prepare for the cold weather once again this morning. We're at 38 degrees. We'll be right back.
Just about 5:13, 3 local Mexican restaurants here in San Antonio racking up similar health code violations during recent health inspections.
Tim Gerber shows us what's happening behind the kitchen door.
Taqueria Lisco, located in the 6600 block of Zarzamora Street, earned a 75 on their December inspection. A container of cheese was found stored on top of uncovered shredded lettuce. The food was tossed out due to possible contamination. Employees were seen handling ready-to-eat foods with bare hands. On top of that, the kitchen workers were not washing hands when required. In-use knives were being stored improperly and needed to be sanitized. There was mold and mildew buildup on the walls and some flaking paint that needed to be repaired. The business also had numerous plumbing issues, including a hand sink that was missing pipes and draining water directly onto the floor. I stopped by this week to see if they had made the necessary corrections.
Just wanted to see if you guys were able to correct the plumbing issues that was there.
We'll fix the problems. We'll fix it.
Manager Carlos Melendez said they're striving to do better. A re-inspection was ordered. El Sol Mexican restaurant in the 1800 block of Pleasanton Road earned a 77 and a re-inspection. At the time, they were operating without a permit. The shelves in a refrigerator were rusty and soiled with food debris. Employees were using their bare hands to touch ready-to-eat foods. The inspector noted the business was in need of a deep cleaning throughout the entire establishment. Caballito del Mar in the 900 block of New Laredo Highway earned an 80. The inspector found raw meat stored above fish and other seafood. They needed to clean the shelves in a refrigerator and a fan to remove dust, rust, and food debris. Employees weren't washing hands when changing tasks. Others were seen using bare hands to touch ready-to-eat foods, and they were using the hand-washing sink to store raw fish. It was removed. They also needed to address flaking paint on kitchen walls and conduct more routine cleanings of non-food contact surfaces. They were ordered to have a re-inspection. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
5:15, 38 degrees.
All Google is making it easier for you to shop for your next vehicle.
Plus, a first look at a new high-tech trash bin.
Knowing where you came from, it gives you a sense of this is who I am.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. You get hungry for more, and then you're just like, wow, I'm learning about my family.
Yeah. Which one what'd you find? Banks, look. In Macomb, Michigan. Look at Grandma. Hey, Grandma.
Unbelievable. Everybody deserves to know who they are and where they came from.
Oh, Lord.
This whole journey has been such a huge gift for our family.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So take Allegra before allergy symptoms take over you.
And Allegra Hives works from the inside to relieve itching and reduce hives for 24 hours.
For people who are a little intense about hydration, Neutrogena Hydro Boost. Lightweight, fragrance-free, 48-hour hydration for that healthy skin glow. Neutrogena for people with skin.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung's upcoming big reveal. The company will announce the Galaxy S23 lineup next Wednesday. It's unclear how much the phone will cost. Reports say the Galaxy S23 could be $100 more than its previous version, but only overseas. The cost in the U.S. is expected to stay the same. A new feature on Google is offering key information for prospective car buyers. Now, searches will include all vehicles for sales at nearby dealerships. Users will also have drop-down selections for different makes and models. Finally, the waste bin of the future is here. The new Mill kitchen bin shrinks food scraps and turns them into grounds. When the bin fills up, you put the grounds into a prepaid shipping box and send them to the company. It'll cost you about $33 per month. Genius invention. This is why I say never let a good idea go to waste. It could make you filthy rich. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Clever.
Yeah.
So
no, you didn't like it? I did.
That was all right.
So does he do this all weekend too, or is it just a weekday at work thing?
I think he takes a break on the weekend.
I don't know. He must Maybe he's got like a Twitter page with like 5 million followers, just dad jokes and puns.
I do follow him on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram. He's a pretty funny guy, but I mean, the jokes sometimes they land, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Does he have kids yet or anything? Because I was going to say, if he had teenagers, they'd just be going,
Yeah. Let's jump into traffic. 519.
Hey, no joke here. Traffic's been great all morning long, guys. We are getting closer to 5:30, so let's get a quick look around town. 35, those upper and lower levels don't look too bad near Brooklyn. We did have one issue near 410 at Callahan. It was a minor crash that was reported. Thankfully, that cleared out before we saw any big delays on the roadway, but you can see there, 37 at Hackberry. Things have been off to a great start as folks are ready to drive off into the weekend. I know I am. Now, let's get a look at the map. So the map, pretty green out there, but we talked about some construction that is taking place, but also gas prices. If one of the places you have to head to is the gas station, let's get a look at these gas prices according to AAA as of today. I know Marilyn ran that story a little bit earlier. Mike, you had a fuel up a little bit earlier this week as well. So these gas prices, they change almost every day. The average gas price in Bexar County right now is about $3.15. Around the state, we're looking at $3.13. And in the country, we saw an 8-cent increase since Monday. That's $3.50. So yeah, these gas prices keep climbing everywhere, guys. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to see a dip anytime soon. But remember, every time you go to the gas station, the prices could be different because those change pretty much every day. But if you are going to be heading out regardless, the roads are quiet right now. Just remember to fuel up before you have any big road trips planned, Mike.
Drove past one gas station and said $3.19. I thought, I'm going to go to the one around the corner. It was only $3.17. So, yeah, it seems like it was $2.60 just a week ago, like you were talking about. So, all right, this is what a lot of people were seeing yesterday, the hole punch clouds. And I wonder if one pilot hit that and then the next one taking off from San Antonio International, I want to do that too. So, but yeah, very interesting phenomenon with the super cooled water droplets up there. And yeah, thank you all very much for the KSAT Connect.
Perfect.
He played the Close Encounters music. So, all right, which James Bond movie was that used in? Do you remember?
The Close Encounters theme?
All right, we'll talk about that. Got some clouds hanging out there right now, and very cold temperatures once again, about like what it was yesterday. And we're going to be seeing clouds thicken up throughout the rest of the day. We will fluctuate a couple of degrees here and there this morning, and then clouds continue to move on in here. We're going to make it up to 53 at noon, and then 58 for a high temperature. Same as yesterday. Difference being it's not going to be anywhere near as beautiful as yesterday. We had a couple of clouds hanging around here, but pretty much going to be socked in by late today. The dew point temperatures, the humidity is still very, very low, and it's going to stay low throughout the day today, but then the moisture really comes in here overnight, and so that's when we're going to start to see some mist and drizzle tomorrow morning, probably some fog, and with all that humidity, that's going to help to feed just a couple of these little sprinkly showers throughout the day tomorrow. Computer models. A lot of clouds hanging around here today. And again, this is broad brush. So here's the just scattered light rain throughout the day tomorrow. That's going to extend into Sunday in the first portion of the day. Then we clear out somewhat Sunday. That's not going to last very long because clouds and more moisture moves back on in here. We will be much, much cooler starting off next week, but we do have those rain chances going all the way through the middle portion of next week. And the best chance of rain still looks like it is going to be on Wednesday. So forecast today, we are going to see clouds continuing to increase throughout the day. 53 at noon, mostly cloudy skies, and then 58 for a high temperature today. Are you Googling that?
Did.
It's done. It's done.
It's
really?
done.
Yeah. And throughout the next 7 days, it's nice to see rain graphics on the majority of the next 7 days. Now, it's not going to be raining constantly, not a drought breaker, but it will be nice to have those light showers, just a few scattered ones tomorrow, a few more starting off next week. The better chance of rain will be Tuesday and then into Wednesday, and then we'll clear out by Thursday and stay definitely on the cool side. Sunday's going to be the anomaly, if you will.
I didn't remember it, but she found it. It was in the James Bond movie.
Moonraker.
Yeah, and they went into Hugo Drax's place right there.
That was the Roger Moore James Bond film. Mike, thank you. 524, 38 degrees.
Coming up next, a first look at a new Shazam trailer, plus why Avatar 2 is still not the highest grossing film of all time.
All you have to do is say a wizard's name to summon a new Shazam trailer.
Here's CNN's Douglas Hyde with the Hollywood Minute.
You are very menacing. I just want you to know that.
The new Shazam! Fury of the Gods trailer has dropped, and it looks like the young superhero and his friends have their work cut out for them this time as they face off against evil ancient gods played by Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. The DC superhero adventure hits theaters in March.
I'm afraid your friends at Hawkins are very much in the eye of the storm.
Stranger Things was America's most streamed TV show last year. According to Nielsen, the Netflix smash registered a staggering 52 billion minutes streamed in 2022. Disney's Encanto was the top streamed movie, racking up an impressive 27.4 billion minutes of viewing. Avatar: The Way of Water has earned more than $2 billion at the box office and has just overtaken Avengers: Infinity War to become the 5th highest grossing movie of all time. Director James Cameron now has 3 films on the top 5 all-time list: Avatar: The Way of Water, the original Avatar, and Titanic. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
Right now, 528, 38 degrees.
The classified document saga continues to hover over Washington, D.C., why members of Congress are demanding to see the classified information.
Bed Bath & Beyond has defaulted on its credit line. Just ahead, what that means for shoppers and the company's near future. The document debacle continues this morning, why the Department of Justice is holding firm on its decision to prevent lawmakers from seeing what classified materials were in possession of President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
And let's look out there with live cam. If you're waking up now, it's feeling like January out there, 38 degrees.
Which fits with the calendar. It's Friday, the 27th of January.
Yes, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Hope y'all had a great week so far.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, good.
It's been nice.
Wearing turtlenecks.
Been nice. I was going to say, been nice and cool.
Each and every day this week?
Each and every day this week.
He is remarkably consistent.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Made it through the week.
Thank you for the cooler weather.
And have 5 prepared for next week.
Oh.
So because repeats.
Like, darn it, gotta do laundry now.
You won't need a turtleneck Sunday, but definitely as you go into next week, and one that may repel a little bit of rain as well. Do they make those? We'll see. Anyway, outside, we've got a beautiful start this morning. A couple of clouds are still hanging around here. In some spots reporting mostly cloudy skies, and I saw a few of them hanging around, and then clouds are definitely going to be increasing throughout the day. 37 in town, so we're still 5 degrees below normal right now. Dew point stands at 30, and temperature has been kind of going back and forth. At one point, we had dropped down to 35 earlier this morning. A little bit of a breeze out there, not much though. 32 freezing at Bernie Stage, 30 Bulverde, 20s in parts of the Hill Country, and right over there at Randolph at 36. Same thing, Seguin, and 37 in New Braunfels. Again, most everybody doesn't have any wind to deal with right now, so there's not much of a wind chill in spots. But you know, with these colder temperatures, any puff of a breeze that pops up, that wind chill just adds that little bit of a bite to some of the temperatures out there. Mold and Mountain Cedar are both on the low side, both dropped down from the previous day's reading. 53 at noon, 58 for a high temperature today. And again, the clouds continue to thicken up, and by late today, just basically cloudy skies out there. So even though temperature is going to be the same as what it was yesterday, without that beautiful sunshine, it's going to feel a whole lot colder. So definitely jacket weather. And then drizzle late tonight, more like overnight. So if you're heading out this evening, you're not going to be running into anything, but in the overnight hours, and that's going to continue into tomorrow morning with a little bit of fog and then a couple of sprinkly showers. Warmer tomorrow, warmer still on Sunday. So no turtlenecks on Sunday, but get them ready for next week as well as an umbrella. Mr. Cavazos, are you listening?
I am. Thanks for the fashion tips, Mike. I do appreciate it. Umbrella is already ready, and I'll have to do some laundry, but no worries about that. If you are heading out today, turtleneck or not, hey, grab those jackets like Mike mentioned, but thankfully traffic isn't looking too bad out there as you get the Friday morning commute rolling. 90 at Nogalitos, a little bit busier out there. That's one of those busiest spots, 90, as we always talk about it every morning. Folks make their way into and from the Alamo City, so those east and westbound lanes will be a little bit crowded excited as the morning does get rolling. But let's get you a look around town because 1604 at Pat Booker, closer to the northeast side, still a pretty quiet shot there, and even 10 at Frio is not looking too bad out there. We get you to the map, and it's again always going to stay this way as long as there are no incidents that pop up. A lot of empty roads out there. Despite that, we are seeing the commute picking up a bit. It's not really causing any slowdowns. We're not seeing any here just yet, but we're going to keep a close eye on things throughout the morning. If you are traveling into San Antonio this early in the morning, the good thing is you're still in the green coming in from Seguin on I-10 westbound. 30 minutes right now is what you can expect. Just watch out for some of the crews that are working on the bridge over there. 33 minutes along 87 northbound if you're traveling in from Lavernia. And for our friends down in Floresville, 28 minutes to the Alamo City. Not a bad start for a Friday morning. 37 at Hackberry, 410 at Callahan. We did have a crash that was reported there earlier. That's already cleared out and traffic's moving along just fine. Mark Stuff.
Thank you, Stephen. Prosecutors are halfway through their case in the Andre McDonald trial. That means they could rest their case by early next week. Then it'll be up to the defense to make their case. The Air Force Major is accused of killing his wife, Andreen. Yesterday, an FBI special agent took the stand to talk about evidence in the case. Among the items were a box of heavy-duty contractor garbage bags, an axe, a small hatchet, and a pair of work gloves. FBI Special Agent David Barushko says they were asked to help collect evidence. Inside a silver Malibu, they found something else.
In the cup holder, there were, I believe, 2 lighters that were found.
Andreen McDonald was reported missing back in 2019. Her burned remains were later found on a ranch in northern Bexar County. If found guilty, Andre McDonald faces up to life in prison. The House Oversight Committee is scheduled to hold a transcribed interview with the National Archives and Records Administration next week.
As CNN's John Lawrence reports, this comes as members of both parties are demanding answers about the classified documents scandal.
The Department of Justice is holding firm on its decision to prevent the Senate Intelligence Committee from seeing what classified materials were in the possession of President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
There's really no reason to hold this up. That kind of information can be provided to the members or the leaders of the Intelligence Committee.
Republican Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas says he will refuse consent or to fast-track any nominee for any department or agency until Congress can see the classified information.
It's not constructive to have specific members this early in a brand new Congress say, I'm putting a hold on everything.
Attorney General Merrick Garland has appointed separate special counsels to investigate the Trump and Biden situations.
I'm fully confident that they will resolve these matters one way or the other in the highest traditions of the department.
There's no word yet if one will also be chosen to investigate former Vice President Mike Pence after classified documents were found inside his house in Indiana.
People need to be conscious of the rules regarding classified information and appropriate handling of them. Those rules are there for a reason.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
In Oklahoma, a missing 4-year-old has been found dead. The state's medical examiner positively identified remains discovered last Tuesday in Rush Springs of those of Athena Brownfield. Police started looking for the previous week after a postal worker spotted her 5-year-old sister wandering alone outside their home in Cyril, Oklahoma. Both towns are about an hour outside of Oklahoma City. Police believe one of the child's caregivers, Ivan Adams, beat her to death Christmas night, then buried her remains. He and his wife have already been charged in the girl's disappearance.
The University of Cincinnati medical team who cared for Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin gets a very special honor. Physicians, nurses, and other support staff were there when Cincinnati's mayor handed them the key to the city yesterday. The mayor said the incident couldn't have happened at a better place and that the healthcare professionals at UC represent the absolute best in their field. The 24-year-old football safety went into cardiac arrest and collapsed during a game against the Cincinnati Bengals on January 2nd. Quick action by the team, medical personnel, as well as top cardiac specialists at the University Hospital made all the difference in saving his life.
538, 39 degrees.
Bed Bath & Beyond says it can no longer pay its debt. Up next, what that means for shoppers.
Plus, Sam's Club is expanding. We'll tell you when it plans to open up 30 more of its popular big box warehouse stores.
Let's look out there with live cam. It's going to be cold today. Expecting one kind of warm day this Sunday, but everything else very chilly. We'll be checking with Mike later on. Hi, welcome back. It's 5:41 and your morning consumer headlines. Struggling retailer Bed Bath & Beyond says it can no longer pay its debt. According to an SEC filing, the home goods company says it defaulted on its credit line with JP Morgan Chase on around January 13th. The retailer says it could be forced to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization. The company also added that it is cutting costs, closing stores, and lowering capital expenditures. Shares plunged more than 20% following the news.
Sam's Club says members can expect to see more locations popping up over the next couple of years. The warehouse retail chain says it's opening 30 new clubs across the U.S. The first one slated to be completed in Florida in 2024. The company points to a growth in sales and a record rise in memberships as a reason why. Sam's Club also has a new plan to update and invest in its supply chain. The company says it'll launch 5 new supply chain fulfillment distribution centers. The first center will open in Georgia later this year.
Southwest Airlines is testing software fixes developed after its Christmas travel meltdown. Now, the airline is choosing to upgrade its current cruise scheduling software rather than replacing the entire system. It comes as multiple investigations and reviews continue into the situation. The airline and its employees have said the system left Southwest unable to recover from winter storms on some of the busiest travel days of the year. The airline canceled more than 16,700 flights between December 21st and December 29th. That's about half the schedule during that time period. The company is currently testing the software and expects to begin using it in a few weeks.
543, 39 degrees.
Let's look out there with TransGuide, looking over at Highway 90 at Couples where things are moving, but we will be checking in with our Stephen Cavazos very soon.
Friday morning, welcome back, 546.
Let's go ahead and check in with our Stephen Cavazos. I didn't see any problems on the roadways.
Yeah, it's all good out there. It looks pretty good right now, guys. If you are waking up right now and you have to hit the roads for whatever reason, the good news is you don't have to rush out the door. You can enjoy your cup of coffee. You can enjoy your drive to wherever your destination is going to take you because the roads are pretty quiet. You can see right behind me, we have maybe just a few more folks out there, but the good news is no delays are being reported, no slowdowns, no incidents, at least just yet. But wait till morning rush gets here. We'll be telling a different story probably by 7 a.m. But right now you can see here at 546 we do have just some quiet roadways, a few construction spots. Now this is an area that I mentioned a little bit earlier in the week, and I want to remind you because this is going to take place this weekend. Loop 1604 over on the northeast side. We have bridge and barrier work taking place. That does start overnight at 9 in the evening, and hopefully it should wrap at 5 in the morning. So this is for those late night owls, early birds, commuters. Watch out for crews out there because what we're going to see is a left lane closure along Loop 1604 westbound. Those are the main lanes from Gateway Boulevard to Union Pacific Railroad. So if you do want to plan your commute ahead of time, just head over to ksat.com/traffic. We have a full list of all the current closures there, but remember this is a weekend closure and it could impact your commute if you're traveling through the area. But right now, it doesn't look like anything is impacting the commute on any of these TransGuide cameras. And I'm enjoying this quiet start for now before it gets a little bit busier.
Good for a Friday.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a problem today.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's Friday.
Be optimistic.
Yeah, I am. I'm totally like doing this in the background.
Yeah, I'm very excited that it's Friday.
Hey, yesterday, of course, we had those hole punch clouds that showed up, and so many people took pictures, and I love this one.
Oh, wow. Wild.
It did look like something from a science fiction movie, and yes, it does look like a UFO is sucking up the house.
It does look like that.
It looks like from Independence Day.
A little bit.
A little bit. So,
Wow.
Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect pictures. And we've got some clouds hanging around here this morning. In some areas, mostly cloudy skies are being reported. We are going to see a lot more clouds as the day progresses. Freezing right now, Bernie Stage, same thing, Bulverde, and it's actually gone up a couple of degrees there in Kerrville, but we are still below freezing out in portions of the hill country. And throughout the rest of today, temperatures, we've actually kind of gone back and forth a couple of degrees. This morning we were down to 35 at one point and now at 37, and then we'll just kind of fluctuate and have bottom out at, or be at 36, I should say, at 7 o'clock with a few clouds hanging around here. Then we're going to see more clouds as the morning progresses. Goes into the afternoon hours and basically just cloudy skies by later on today. 58 high temperature. Same as yesterday. It's going to feel a whole lot different, though, just because we are going to have a lot of those clouds out there. So you're not going to have that nice sunshine to warm things up. So computer models are pretty much sticking with that scenario as far as a lot more clouds by dinner time, early evening. And then as the moisture comes back in here, as we go into the wee hours tomorrow morning, a couple little sprinkles here and there. I mean, this is not going to be much of anything. Some mist, drizzle, a little bit of fog tomorrow morning as well. And we'll keep a couple of showers around throughout the day. But again, computer models are not really bullish on rain tomorrow. Just a few little showers here and there. It's a couple of leftovers going into Sunday as well. Then we're going to start to clear out on Sunday. So different computer model goes further into the future, but the same scenario with the showers, sprinkles tomorrow, a couple of them Sunday. This is looking a little more I shouldn't say ominous, but promising as far as rain. I wouldn't get real excited about it. More rain off to the east, though, but we will have a couple of those showers left over. Then we go into the first part of the week, and after some clearing late Sunday, we're going to see more rain showers around here and there, Monday, Tuesday, as well as going into Wednesday. And it still looks like Wednesday is going to be the better chance for some rain around the area. Then we're going to be clearing out as we go into Thursday. So nice looking week next week. It is definitely going to be staying on the chilly side. It's going to be that damp chill as well next week. This morning, it's just cold, and then 53 at noon, mostly cloudy skies, and then clouds continue to thicken up later on today. 58 for a high temperature, which is still 6 degrees below normal. Then overnight, moisture comes back on in here. You're going to see some mist, drizzle, a little bit of fog tomorrow morning. 65, so it is going to be warmer tomorrow, up pretty much to a normal high temperature, and then we stay very mild overnight into Sunday. Some little bit of leftover rain early Sunday morning, some clearing then in the afternoon. Front moves through, so we'll hit 70 and then start to cool off somewhat, and that combined with the cloud cover, 50 Monday, Tuesday, 52 on Wednesday. So it's going to be definitely chilly, that gray, chilly, damp kind of weather.
Yeah,
beautiful next week.
That's going to be
love it.
Not a great way to start a work week, is it?
That's fantastic.
Yeah?
Two different opinions.
Oatmeal in the morning, grilled cheese and soup in the afternoon.
I don't mean to make this face, but 551, 39 degrees.
Coming up next, a first look at a new video game that lets players team up with some favorite Marvel heroes in a battle against an evil foe.
Let's take a look at all your lottery numbers before the big Powerball jackpot tomorrow night for $572 million. Pick 3, 851, Fireball 9. Daily 4 numbers 2342, Fireball 9.
Looking at Cash 5, 16, 20, 21, 26, 29. Texas 2-Step, 11, 19, 21, 23. Bonus Ball 1.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we're live in Memphis, the city bracing for the release of the police video in the Tyree Nichols arrest. The 5 former officers involved have now been charged with murder. We're going to have the latest there and speak live with the police chief. Also ahead, with growing questions about the handling of our nation's secrets, former presidents and vice presidents have been asked to search their files for classified documents. We're going to have those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
Sorcerer returns home. Already, the power of the sanctum returns to me. Your days of plundering its secrets end today!
Marvel's Midnight Suns puts players in the role of an original hero created for the game in a battle against a very evil villain.
Lilith's darkness has been released fully into the world.
Marvel's Midnight Suns is a tactical RPG set in the Marvel Universe, where you get to play as the Hunters, a new customizable hero that we've partnered with Marvel to create.
I am just getting started.
We really wanted to have a diverse roster and have a breadth of heroes from across the Marvel Universe. We picked some very popular heroes that players will definitely know and love, like Iron Man and Captain America and Captain Marvel. And our story skews towards the supernatural side of the Marvel Universe. So we really wanted to pull in new characters that we could kind of elevate. So we added Blade and Ghost Rider, but Robbie Reyes is kind of a newer, younger Ghost Rider. There's a strategy kind of layer of the game where you are in your home base, which is their superhero headquarters called the Abbey. And then we have our combat our combat side of the game, when you go on missions, and combats are a turn-based, tactical, strategic experience.
Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Have you heard of Toadzilla yet? It's the nickname given to what may be the heaviest toad ever discovered. Look at that thing, found in Queensland, Australia. Turns out a snake helped make the discovery. We have the whole story right now on our website, KSAT.com. Just click on this article. We've been talking about it all morning. Did you notice those strange cloud formations yesterday? Some look like they had a hole punched in them. We got tons of pictures and emails from viewers. They're called a fall streak. You can read more about that and check out the pictures also on KSAT.com. Ahead in our next hour of GMSA this morning, does the idea of climate change give you anxiety? You're not alone. We'll show you how you can share your concerns. And checking TransGuide right now. Let's see how things are looking at 5:57. There's I-37 at Hackberry. Things are looking great so far. We've had a fairly uneventful Friday morning commute. We'll see if that is the case in about 3 minutes. Coming up with our Stephen Cavazos right here live on KSAT 12.